You had a chance to look at him now and scout him?
I watched Temple a lot. Familiar with Coach Dumpy, obviously coached against him when he was at Penn and at Temple when I was at Siena. Really one of the best coaches in the country without question. You look at the fact, number one, that they are number one in the country in fewest turnovers, so they're going to come down and get a shot, so you've got to defend, and you've got to defend through the possession. Good offensive rebounding team, so you got to make sure you limit them to one. And then you got to understand they go to a lot of different people for points. DeCozy's a leading scorer, but Bond's terrific. Colby can really stretch the floor. Dingle's terrific. Devin Coleman comes off the bench, capable of making 7 threes in a game, which he did when they beat SMU when they were undefeated. So, they'll challenge us in a lot of different ways.
Coach, how much is this a chance for these seniors to kind of leave their lasting mark at Iowa?
I think every senior that is fortunate enough to play in this tournament, feels the same way. They want to go out there, with a successful run, and that's obviously the plan. But everybody that's here won their way here, and everybody's good.
You mentioned turnovers. You guys are still, 10 or 11 in fewest turnovers.
Yeah, we had a few games recently where we didn't have great games in terms of turning the ball over. So, most of the year we took care of the ball as well as anybody. We'll have to do the same tomorrow.
Their big thing is tempo. How do you guys dictate tempo in the game?
You get stops. If you get stops, you can run more than if you don't get stops. Pretty simple that way. The thing about Temple is they're not what you would call a running team, but they will run. Coleman hits threes in transition. DeCozy, and Dingle are coast-to-coast guys. Brown's a terrific point guard. Really makes plays in transition. So they'll take advantage of their speed and athleticism at times as well.
Speaking of which, Brown and Gazelle kind of have similar numbers in some ways. They both take care of the ball. They're among the best in the country.
We look at Brown, he's playing 36, 37 minutes a game. So obviously, Coach Dumpy really feels strongly having the ball in his hands and making sure he gets it distributed. He's as impressive a point guard as I've seen.
Coach, obviously the trip to Indianapolis was shorter than anybody wanted, but do you think in some regards it could have been advantageous to give the guys a little more rest and time to take it physically and mentally?
I look at it like this. You go down and play in a tournament like that, you want to win and keep going. So if you're asking me my opinion, I'd say I'd rather win and keep going and not have rest. But if you have rest, then I think hopefully that will help us. I think our team's in a good place physically, and hopefully that will go well for us.
Every interview we've done with these seniors, their confidence is never shaken. Have you noticed that these guys are on the same level?
Well, they prepare and they work, and they're confident in their own ability. So I'm not surprised about that.
Coach,
One more question.
When you get Jock and Utah scoring like they did against Illinois, how much are you looking forward to maybe getting one or two other guys maybe to get double figures to help them out?
I think the key for us is everybody always refers to it as use that third scorer, but that third scorer for us could be any number of different people, and that's what we need to have happen.